Okay, follow video on this DC motor. I did a little bit more investigating into this issue I'm having with it not running. I removed all 4 brushes, and as far as I can tell, I think there's an issue with the wiring inside this rear cap. Because if all I can only do is one-handed, so I'm going to clip a lead on here to my ohm meter. It's a metal shrouded brush fitting. If I do that, and checked all different combinations of these to figure out which ones were connected. Usually, from what I gathered, this is in like an X configuration. So like this brush would hook up, and this one would hook up to one player, then that and that. I wasn't quite sure how that was laid out with the orientation, so I checked all of them, and I determined that this has a connection. That's a mega ohm, but it's showing 0 ohms still. And that is going from the bottom side over here, and that brush, and going up to here, where the clip just came off of. But if I do the same thing, and I connect my clip lead over here to this brush shroud, there's no corrosion or anything. I have connection even if I go directly to the shroud, so I know my meter's not the issue. I connect over here to this shroud. I have absolutely no connectivity. And if I connect to this lead, I have nothing. And if I connect to this lead, I have nothing on the meter. But if I do this again, I have connection on that lead. So I know that it looks like the lead with the negative is fine. The one with the positive polarity mark seems to be having some kind of a connectivity issue because it doesn't register anything. And these brushes are broke, so I think there's either something got corroded inside in the brushes. I'm not sure how these wires hook onto this brush shroud. It could be like a nut, or it could be a little set screw. I'll have to take it apart, I think, to look at that more. I have a feeling though that there's probably a bad connection, or it's possible maybe these have like a thermal thing. But based on the size of this motor and what it was out of a floor machine, I would think something like that would have like a thermal breaker, and it did have a thermal circuit breaker externally, so I don't really think it would have an internal breaker. But it could have, I guess, a thermal breaker of some sort internally, because that's where more heat would be. I suspect I'm going to have to take it apart though. What I'm going to do, well, as long as I'm doing this, these are the brushes and the shrouds. The brushes seem to have, see if I can show this. Spring seems fairly decent. Try this. If I do this, I can keep it straight. I put it over here, hold that, push it fights me quite a good bit. So it seems like it should be fine with the spring. While I'm doing this, I'm going to prepare the motor to be opened. The motor's fairly clean here. So I'm going to take a Sharpie. It might be already marked there. I see like a cut mark, so I'm just going to mark that with a Sharpie. So I know that goes there. And then on this side, I'm probably going to do the same thing. Once I clean it off a little bit. And I'll put them in different spots. And then because I've never done this before, I also don't know how this shroud is set up. So I'm going to say G on this side for gearbox, and B on the back here for brushes or back. And this thing will probably end up getting taken apart at some point, because that seems to be the issue from what I can tell.